Leafs. Nope, not tonight. Frig off.
What?
I said not tonight. I'm doing the video by myself.
Okay,
Get out.
Jesus,
Get the hell out of my room. Hi, everyone. No. Okay, screw all that. Okay, screw the intro, screw the Leafs, screw the Islanders, screw this game, screw everything. Holy smokes, you play the Canadians one night, you actually play a pretty good game, it looks pretty good, and you get one pass carry price, and you're like, hey, at least we got one. You travel to Long Island the next day, Brooklyn, because that's the same thing, and then you put on this kind of performance. Before I get to the Leafs, and I'm gonna get to the Leafs, Islanders fans, I just gotta say, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not even talking to Islanders fans right now. I'm talking to the Islanders. The Brooklyn, whatever the hell you are, Islanders. 12,000 fans for this one, and you're lucky you got that much, you excuse of a franchise. I've been watching hockey games on TV for practically every day of my life for 28 years, and I have never once seen ice that sounded bad on television. Players are skating around, they're trying to stop and change direction. It sounds like I'm trying to scrape off my window wipers. Bad enough the sight lines suck, you can't even make ice, and there's rumors you're gonna move again. Where are you gonna move? How long is that gonna take? How long are we gonna have to deal with this crap? I remember before you bums got John Tavares, you were a joke, and now you got him, and it looked like there was hope for a while, and now I don't know what you're doing. Don't waste JT. John, listen to me. We have ice here. Where do you live, huh? Where's all your stuff right now? The Leafs have enough money to carve your apartment out of your condo and airlift it and just drop it in Liberty Village. You can live there. People have lots of lovely small dogs and shops. You'll love it there. Islanders fans, who I'm sure are happy with a 5-1 victory in this one, by the way. By the way, the New York Islanders defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-1 in this one. Islanders fans, I'm sure, are happy with the victory, but they deserve so much more. New York Islanders fans, or is it Brooklyn Islanders fans, or Queens Islanders fans? Where are you? Wherever the wind takes us, say, shut up, here's the scoff, go Nets. 12,000 in Brooklyn. Brooklyn has 2.6 million people. That's the size of Toronto proper. And what are you doing with the cameras? Looks like an OHL game with worse ice. Islanders fans, don't take this as a slight against you. I want you to get more because I think you deserve more, because why are you a fan of that team? Don't say the 80s unless you were alive and you actually got to see those cup runs and all that fun, okay? Because if you're talking about the 80s like it's an insult, like, oh, the Leafs haven't won since 67, that's so sad. And other so sad news, the Leafs! They're down 2-0 because, of course, they're down 2-0 in a game where they look fine again. Jake Gardiner scores on a blast at the beginning of the third period to get my hopes up again. And then a bad bounce here and a bad play there. And what? Jonas Enroth goes behind the net to play the puck, and the puck is just like, boom. Whoa, is that the puck? My name is Puck, but in the Munich circus I went by night crawler. Holy hell, so what is it? Is it the bad bounces? Is it the ice? Is it the discarded slushy that some kid dropped several months ago and the Barclays Center decided to build a building around? Is it the fact that on top of the Leafs playing the night before, they got to travel in between and it's an hour earlier for some reason because, again, joke of a franchise? And I'm sitting here thinking of all these questions before I make this video, and then I realized I make videos, not excuses. I'm a Leafs fan, okay? Did you gather that? I'm a Leafs fan, okay? Blue-colored glasses. Can't help it. But I don't work for the team. Look at the other videos so far this season, where there were like 8 previous ones. Holy smokes, I'm gonna freaking pass out. There were like 8 previous videos, and I made excuses for certain players and certain plays, and you know what? I still believed in those excuses that I made because I watched the play, and logic said excuse. But at what point do we substitute excuse for nice thing? When instead of excuse, I get to say nice thing? How about, hey, there wasn't a stupid bounce. It's a, hey, the Leafs got a bounce, and then they scored a goal, and they benefited from it. How about the Leafs had a big comeback at a 2-goal deficit erased in the third period? How about a 4-goal one? Why can't it be the other team's defense who looked like a dog was trying to clean itself after running ass first into a burr bush? Well, you know the bounces are gonna come. When? What time are they scheduled for? When is it against the Oilers? Is it against the Oilers? The bounces are gonna come when they're trying to beat McDavid? That's when? Is it gonna come when they're mathematically out of a playoff spot by Christmas? Huh? When? Yeah, man, well, it's a young team. Up your butt. That's where that narrative can go. Just 2 games ago, it feels like forever ago, I'm praising Bozak because he has a 2-goal night. And then there's this one. Dude, you cannot be 30 years old and the worst player on a team this young. Yeah, but what about those goals against the Panthers? I'm sure the Leafs could find some other center willing to bang in Mitch Marner feeds for the rest of his career. Gardiner got a goal in this one. He was generating some offense there in the third period, but holy smokes, does he look confused a lot of the time. You know, the team looked kind of tired. Yeah, you know what? They did look kind of tired. And you know what? I can understand why they were tired. Yeah, I mean, they played the night before. They had travel and all those things. It would be awesome if they had a fresh player who hadn't even played yet eating popcorn. And then there's this one. Oh, this one's my favorite, I think. So many fans going, see, this is why Leafs fans are stupid and they're doomed. Leafs fans can't handle a rebuild. I'm not saying to trade JVR for Cam Fowler, idiot. I'm saying I'm frustrated. What am I supposed to be super stoked? What am I supposed to be happy with this? Austin Matthews is doing great. William Nylander is second in the league scoring, I think, with 11 points. 1 point behind Connor McDavid. Yeah, that's great. And then what? You show me any train wreck of a team in the league and I will show you something good about them. I had to do the Leafs TV news ticker when the team finished 29th, and I'll be damned if I don't remember that Carl Gunnarsson was second in rookie plus-minus with a +2 behind Victor Hedman. Found all those stats on NHL.com back in the day when that website didn't look like a belly's worth of vomit drying up in a hot field. What else do I hate? They're doing construction on Yonge Street. That's bullcrap. I've had this damn cold for like a week and it doesn't even have the heart to be a real cold. It's just kind of itchy. You ever fantasize what this video is going to be like the day the Leafs win the cup? I know, it seems far-fetched. It's something I think about. I think about it a lot, probably too much. Here's how I think it's going to start. I think I'm going to be where the action is, okay? Where it's happening. And I'm going to just live stream for like 2 hours, just going through the streets, partying with all the crazy people. Then the next day I'll do a proper LFR with sponsors Gatorade and Advil hopping on board. And I'm just gonna say how happy I am. I'm gonna talk about Leafs Nation and holy smokes guys, do we deserve this? Isn't this amazing? I'm gonna talk about each and every player on the team. Gonna go into a 5-minute soliloquy about all of them and how much I love them. Probably pick some former players that had nothing to do with the cup run too. You know James Reimer's gonna be in there. And then at the end, I'm gonna just talk about how happy I am, which is confusing. I don't know what these things are coming out of my face. I think they're tears. And then I'll keep making videos, but they won't be as good because then when the Leafs lose a game, I'll be like, well, they still got a cup. I'll probably let myself go, develop a bunch of like addictive, terrible habits like biting my nails. People stop watching and I'll get all resentful like, where are you going? I don't need you anyway. Hit rock bottom and then realize every day on this earth is a gift not to be wasted. Make a triumphant comeback and return to form just in time for the next cup. Who is it? It's Payne! Oh, Mike said you were coming. That's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends I'm selling merch. There's a link down below or something. Buy it for yourself or someone else if you think it'll make you happy. We're not even 10 games in.